Thank you for remaining with us on Africa Independent Television, AIT. Welcome to Democracy Today. Emi Joma Osamo. It is 8 months, 35 weeks, and 248 days to February 25, 2023. The day Nigerians will be coming out for another round of elections, the presidential and National Assembly elections. All right, again, 2 senators defect from APC PDP to Labour Party and the New Nigerian People's Party NNPP. The lawmakers are Senator Dauda Jika representing Bauchi Central and Senator Ezenwan Francis Onyewechi representing Imo East Senatorial District. So these 2 senators defected from the APC as well as the PDP. Why? Yes, and today's defection brings the number of APC senators to 61, PDP 40, the YPP 1, APGA 1, and the NNPP 3, while Labour Party now has a senator. Well, that's it. And let's quickly go to let you know that with less than 7 days after the submission of names of candidates to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC political parties have been receiving complaints and petitions against its candidates in various elective positions. One of such cases is the Kaduna South Senatorial primaries. The latest is that some stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party in the state have petitioned the party's national chairman, Senator Yocha Ayu, demanding the immediate cancellation of the senatorial primaries held in Kaduna South. Recall that the primaries produced Sunday Marshal Katung as standard bearer, and the petitioners are alleging that the exercise was marred with irregularities and financial inducement of delegates. And let's say that some of the papers of the petition that was written to the national chairman. In a copy of the petition, the stakeholders alleged that Katung failed to disclose its assets besides the irregularities in terms of non-accreditation of delegates for the election. They also charged the Senator Yocha Ayu-led National Working Committee to order a fresh primary or hand over the tickets to the first runner-up, Senator Danjuma La, in order to avoid a repeat of the Zamfara or Bayelsa governorship scenarios. And in the petition signed by Abdurrashid Ahmed Dogara, Habila Tadi, Norma, Dennis Baba, and Suleiman Isa, the petitioners are accusing Katung of tax evasion. That's a serious one. That the result declared after the primaries by the returning officers, Sambo Baba Yeru, so Katung polling 111 votes out of the 269 votes cast, while Senator Danjuma La came second with 74 votes. And Shehu Galba got 52 votes, Monde Diko 21 votes, Adams Jagaba 7 votes, while Suleiman Dauke and Mark Jacobs got no votes. But is this an attempt to give a dog a bad name so as to hang him? Well, we'll be asking those questions. And Section 2956 of the 2022 Electoral Act has already spelled out what should be done in this regard. The section said, and I quote, "Any aspirant who participated in the primaries of his political party who has reasonable grounds to believe that any information given by his political party's candidates in their affidavit or any document submitted by that candidate in relation to his constitutional requirement to contest the election is false, may file a suit at the Federal High Court against the candidate seeking a declaration that the information contained in the affidavit is false." 6. Where the court determines that any of the information contained in the affidavit is false, only as it relates to constitutional requirement of eligibility, the court shall issue an order disqualifying the candidate and the sponsoring political party, and they declared the candidate with the second highest number of valid votes and who satisfied the constitutional requirement as the winner of the election. End of quotes. So if the Electoral Act is saying the decision should be left to the courts to verify and make judgment, shouldn't those petitioning the national chairman and the leadership of the party seek redress in court rather than resorting to what looks like they're trying to just make the party bend? There is also the party constitution that talked about internal mechanism in settling disputes before you go to court. So probably those who petitioned are already looking at that. Before we go to court, let's seek internal mechanism to resolve our issues. If the party is ready to shift grounds, there is no need taking our party to court. Probably that's what they did. Well, what about the report submitted by the screening committee put together by the party prior to the party primaries? Is this petition not an indictment to those who carried out the screening of aspirants and cleared all before the party's primaries? Well, we'll be asking that question in a few moments, as I have one of those who signed that petition join me in the studio to talk on the development. Is a PDP stakeholder from Kagako local government area of Kaduna South Senatorial District in Kaduna State, Abdul Rashid Ahmed Dugara. Thank you so much. Rashid, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I can see that you are relaxed.
Very
yes, let me just go back to ask some of the questions. Yes, Electoral Act 29, 5 and 6, I just read it, yes, says whoever has anything against a candidate of his political party should go to a federal high court. And you have decided, and your team have decided to petition your party. Why didn't you consider going to court first?
You see, as a loyal party man, and that somebody that has been in the game, we know the provision of the party equally that advised us or mandated us to go through the party mechanism, internal mechanism, to resolve issues like this. And some of the issues may not be available to you at an early stage, but whenever they are available to you, and particularly when the time for substitution is not out of hand, it's good to advise the party and you draw the attention of your party to such anomaly with a beat that they may take a good and responsible step to resolve the matter. That is why at this stage, after the primary election, we should bring to the attention of our national party chairman and the national working committee. We all serve them with the copy of our letter, all of them. So hoping that they will take the necessary advisory role they are to take.
You know, I asked the question while I was taking my intro.
Yes, ma'am.
There was a screening committee
put
together to screen aspirants before they became candidates. So are you saying that that screening committee didn't observe some... But before I go to that question, I would just like you to tell us, what are the grounds, what are the things against this candidate? What are the things against him that you have to petition your party?
After making observation on the mode and operandi of the primaries, we drew the attention of the party on some issues, particularly the indictment the so-called aspirant of the party has, and that our fear and our worry are a lot, because this thing is already, before coming to our own table, is already at the public domain and is with the opposition party, who are the main government of the state, opponent, and they are the government of the state as of now. They all have this, and they are all waiting for the D-Day to take their own pound of flesh. So we feel we should save our face, save the face of the party by drawing it attention, despite the fact that he maybe have been screened, and probably those facts were not available before the screening committee, because it's only what is available before you will screen it.
Well, so, but make me understand, and people that are watching you, I know you're trying to save the face of your party, that the facts are not available before the screening committee. Probably, but it is, there's an electoral act. There's also a constitution that actually gave what you should do, the affidavit you should swear, your documents that should be available, and the things you should submit to INEC before you can be cleared to go for the contest. Now, if the same person came with just one document and didn't come with others, is it not the screening committee's duty to ask questions? Since they should be aware of the document that is needed before they can pass somebody who is an aspirant to go in for an election, to avoid some of these things. You have just written a petition, and you said that the APC, the opponent, who happens to be the government in power, they also know about this. So it's to save your party. So avoid it. Why didn't they clear this man and make the man understand that he cannot take part in the primaries?
That is probably the question that could be best answered by any member of the committee. But as for me, I feel I should do the right thing at the right time. When I have this information at my table, I feel the party, I should put it before the party, for the party to take its statutory responsibility of at least saving the face of the party within the state and within the Senatorial zone. And I did my bit by bringing to their attention that these are the allegations. One, this same Honourable Barrister Sunday Marshal Katung has an outstanding issue with the Kaduna State Board of Internal Revenue. There are some of his accounts he didn't declare it to them, and we made mention of this account. We mentioned this account to the party. We brought it to their attention because the Board of Internal Revenue has written to him officially that Kaduna State Board of Internal Revenue has written to him officially that he should come and settle it to the tune of 140 million naira. That tells you the money in that account is huge and very much and colossal, that he has hidden it to them. So instead of him going there to settle with them, he came back to Abuja Federal Inland Revenue and paid a meager amount of only 84,000 naira.
You know, Mr. Rashid,
yes,
you know, some persons will say they are huge allegations.
Yeah.
Because tax invasion is a big sin in the Nigerian law.
Yeah.
It's a terrible one.
Really,
because, and it's an unforgivable one.
Yes,
because if you invade tax and you don't have your tax clearance certificate, you're shortchanging the government and even the people of Nigeria. So for you to say that the person that your party picked as a candidate, the person that your party submitted names on Friday as their candidate, have this huge sum of tax that he has not paid, is huge. It's still in the realms of allegation until he comes here to tell us that he has paid and give us receipt of payment and all that. But do you think that your party will act? And if they will, have they acknowledged that they have received your petition?
Yeah, they acknowledge receiving my petition, and that hopefully they will act. But it's left to them. We as party members, loyal party members, we are doing our bit, or we have done our bit, by bringing it to their own notice, that they should know this is where we are, that this is what we are about to face. And if they so wish, they can take the advisory role as father and mother of us, we the members of the party, to advise him to honorably withdraw his candidature before it takes another turn. That's the issue.
So he should write to the party that he's withdrawing?
Withdrawing. That is the advisory role. We hope the party should contact him and do the earlier the better for him.
But you know, if he withdraws, they still need to conduct another party primaries.
It may not be necessary.
But the Electoral Act says so in Section 33.
I don't know, but I feel if he should withdraw on his own, there is a provision. At least that could have been a better option.
Even if it's in the Electoral Act?
Yeah, if it is in the Electoral Act, we have nothing to fear about it. And that because all this matter, we want to set the face of the party. We are not after a candidate. So the most important thing is for the party to have a legible flag bearer.
Okay, so that they don't have challenges. But how sure are you that the national body of your party will act swiftly? How sure are you that they won't play politics with this?
So the matter is fairly left to them, but we hope and feel they are responsible enough to save the past, to save the face of the party. Because if we should bring this kind of, or allow this kind of problem to coexist in southern Kaduna, to be honest, the whole of the state may not go anywhere. PDP may not go anywhere. That's
just because of southern Kaduna?
Really? Because I can boldly tell you, in 2019, the southern Kaduna gave about 600 and something thousand votes out of the 800 and something thousand votes that PDP garnered in that election. So you mean if there is issues in that place, you know it will affect PDP, not only in Kaduna State, but probably at the national level. Now,
Mr. Rashid, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it seems from the explanation you gave, yeah, that the man is owing the Kaduna State government over 100 million.
Yeah. And
why did the Kaduna State government not take action against him? And you, that is a party member, is not raising it. Why? Are you not thinking that way?
My thinking is this, because I cannot say Kaduna State government did not take action, but probably they are in the process, because they have written him officially.
They wrote him officially?
They wrote him officially.
And you are aware of it?
I am aware. I have a copy of the letter that they wrote.
You don't have it here?
It's within the premises.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a copy of the letter. I can hand it over to you for confirmation any other time. They have written to him as a high net tax payer. He should pay so amount from so to so period. And they wrote this letter in this 2022. So probably it's in the same process.
Okay, they're looking at using it against him during election.
That is what we are looking at it. Because I have great suspicion added to it, ma. I have great reason to believe that this same account were not declared when he was in the House of Reps, because this account were between this letter that the Board of Internal Revenue wrote was between 2015. They said this money was in his account between 2015 and to present day 2021. You understand? So they charged him this 140 million naira in his, as his own tax. Then he ran away and paid 84,000 naira in the Federal Capital Territory as his own tax, declaring an income of 1.something million naira and a taxable income of just about 800,000 naira.
You know, it's still an allegation.
Yeah.
Until the man himself comes here to tell us.
No problem.
Because we'll definitely reach out to him to come and tell us what if he's not coming, he can send somebody to come. Yeah. If all that you have said today, yes, that he is liable to them, yeah, because this is a very strong allegation. Yeah. And like you said, it may affect your party if, yeah, they don't move swiftly.
Yeah, it will, not me.
It may.
It will affect our party.
It will.
It will.
So now, look, going forward, yes, what are you expecting your party to do in this regard?
What I'm expecting my party to do in this regard, the party is the mother and the father of all its members. To call his attention, he knows his case. He knows this case. It's not a hidden case to him. So to act as in an advisory role, let him withdraw. And even if the party are going to conduct another primary election, let it be. So it's much better than at least allowing us to go with a dent candidate that tomorrow or next, APC will take over this seat. Because I am aware of the antecedents or the effort that even Governor El-Rufai did in 2019 to take over this seat from the tribunal. Let Honourable Balaban text, may his soul rest in peace. I know he was compelled to go to tribunal, not in his own wish, because he contested for this Senate in 2019. He went to tribunal. Even the same governor pressed him up to go to appeal after the judgment of the tribunal vindicated the candidate and the PDP. So I know this is just a time bomb. This is why I'm going round, calling the attention of my party. Please wake up early to save our face and to save the face of the party, so that at least the history we so set in southern Kaduna as the natural base or home base of PDP in northern Nigeria, northwest, northern Nigeria, and probably the nation. Because in a Senatorial zone, or in a zone producing about 617,000 votes, is not a small feat. Yeah. So we shouldn't joke with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rashid, yes, as it is now, our time is up. We do hope that he will have to come here to tell us if all the allegations raised against him in that petition, and probably will go into PDP to try and investigate the matter, to see what the PDP is saying about it. We may be asking questions we may be asking one of the leadership of the party to tell the people of Southern Kaduna what they have decided to do, because it's a very strong allegation, and if the opponents are waiting for election to come, they may just use it against the PDP, just like you said. And finally, what do you have to say to your people before we take our leave on the program?
Yeah, what I have to say to my people, in particular the people of Southern Kaduna and the PDP itself, is that we should take this as a clarion call to rise up and see the rightful thing is done so that we can save our face. Because if we fail to do the right thing now, we may end up with a senator that we didn't elect and may not listen to Southern Kaduna as it has been done by its tradition. Okay. So I wish and I hope the PDP at the national level and all the national stakeholders will wedge into this matter to save the party.
Thank you so much. We've been speaking with a PDP stakeholder from Kagalko local government area of Southern Kaduna Senatorial District in Kaduna State, Abdul Rashid Ahmed Dugara, one of those who petitioned the national chairman of the party. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure, ma.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, moving on, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has agreed to extend the ongoing continuous voter registration by 60 days in